Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome to it. Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. It's another football weekend. Another football weekend. I'm just trying to soak this in as much as possible because it goes by so fast. Doesn't it? It seems like we were just whining about the fact that we had 4 months until football began. Now, here it is. We're almost halfway through the season already.
I know.
We're 5 games into it.
I know.
BYU's got a bye week this week, so they don't play until next week against Arizona. And Missouri has a big game, though, right?
Against Texas A&M. Early game down at College Station, and I do not like playing there. Don't like playing down at College
They better
Station.
play better than they have the last couple of weeks.
You aren't lying. They better come forward big time.
Otherwise, they're not going to be a top 10 team any longer.
They weren't. I mean, they keep winning and they keep dropping, but they actually went up this past week.
Did they to what? Are they ninth?
Yeah, they're in the top 10.
That's what I thought. So, interesting. Fascinating.
I'm excited.
Fun.
I know, I'm excited.
It's a fun season so far.
Yes, it has been
especially
awesome
for you and me. Keith thinking Nebraska was going to be 7-0 when they got to Ohio State. Nope.
Not so fast, my friend.
Speaking of not so fast, my friend, we talked about this a little bit the other day, touched on it. He needs to go home now. The coach.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
He needs to go home.
Yes.
Because he's not doing well. I mean, again, it's really nice how supportive of him they've been since his stroke.
Herbie is even more supportive. I mean, he posts a video every week talking to him before the game day stuff.
Kirk Herbstreit obviously loves him.
Oh, with
and
all his heart.
Treats him like a dad.
He will die on that hill. I mean,
he will.
And I don't mean that. I mean,
no, I know what you mean.
But I mean, it's
really something.
It's up to him.
And really the whole panel.
Yes,
the
they
whole
do.
Cast protects him, helps him.
Yes, they do. It'd be interesting
treats him well.
to hear some behind the scenes conversations.
Yeah, it would. But you know what? It's gone too far now. Now it's just okay. It's sad now. It's been sad, but it's almost to the point where it's hard to watch.
Sometimes it is.
It's hard to watch.
Sometimes it is. Yeah.
We'll see if Lee Corso continues to stay there.
I mean, I thought for sure he would just retire this year.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I thought he would just retire but it's the only thing he's hanging on to. So just leave him alone.
Leave him alone and let him struggle. Let him struggle through week after week. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It certainly hasn't hurt game day ratings.
If we can have a vegetable in the White House, we can certainly have somebody who's compromised on college game day.
Yes, we can. And he is a lot less compromised than our White House. I'll tell you that.
Yes, he is. Yes. I mean, yesterday, the vegetable in chief struggled with. He was being asked about the storm victims, and he didn't know what they were talking about. Watch this. It's cut 15. Joe Biden.
What do the states in the storm zone need, Mr. President?
Okay.
What do the states in the storm zone? What do they need after what you saw today?
Oh, in the storm zone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. What storm you're talking about?
Pause it. Wait. You don't know what storm I'm talking about? Oh my God!
Well, Pat, climate change. We have like 10 storms already.
Yeah, and I told you the other day I was driving in and I heard the top of the hour radio broadcast and they're talking about the typhoon that's hitting Taiwan. Not a mention of the Helene recovery effort, and I thought,
crazy.
That's don't nuts. Care about Taiwan.
I mean, I care.
I don't want them to get hit by a typhoon, but we have our issues.
But it's pretty obvious what we're talking about. What a reporter is asking. What do you mean you didn't know what storm he was talking about? What? Watch this again. Let it go through if we can, all the way.
They're getting everything they need. They're very happy.
Start over from the beginning, though.
What do the states in the storm zone need, Mr. President?
All right.
Okay.
What do the states in the storm zone? What do they need after what you saw today?
Oh, in the storm zone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about.
What?
They're getting everything they need. And they're very happy across the board.
They're very happy. They're very happy across the board. Everybody's very,
Never
very
been
happy.
happier.
Yeah, they're thrilled with what's been going on.
$750 will make anybody happy.
What do you want?
Yeah.
We just made you independently wealthy with the $750 we're going to give you.
He just got done. I mean, he just flew over, did his fly-in, which they were talking. They had a no-fly zone or a restricted fly area for 4 hours, so no planes or helicopters or anything that could get in and out while he was there, which is great. I'm glad he stopped by.
And that's exactly what he talked about. We don't want to be there and hamper their efforts. So what does he do? He goes down there and hampers their efforts. Right. However, they're all happy. They're super happy right now because they all now have received that generational wealth of $750.
The thing is, though, that they haven't all
family.
received it.
Well, they're going to, though. They're going to, right? No?
That girl yesterday. Do we have
did you send it? Because I didn't send it.
Yeah, the clip of the FEMA girl. She released a post saying, "Hey, this is what we're going to do for you, and all you have to do is go online and or call.
Go online or call, which they can't do either.
Everybody
right now.
Correct.
That's great.
Correct.
All right, play that.
Hey everyone, it's Lanisha here with an update. If you have been affected by Hurricane Helene and you live in one of the designated areas, we want you to submit an application for FEMA assistance as soon as possible.
Perfect.
Even if you think that damage is minimal, or even if you have insurance, we still want you to submit an application as you may be eligible for some additional assistance. For example, if you have a serious need for food, gas, medication, FEMA has programs to help you out with that. Also, if you're displaced from your home currently and you're living with a friend or a family, you're staying in a hotel, FEMA can offer you some assistance to help you in that situation. Also, if you have personal property that was damaged from the storm, so if you have a personal computer that was damaged, we offer money to help you replace that damaged computer. And lastly, if you have damage to your home, we offer home assistance to help you with repairs to your home from the storm. So the way that you can apply for FEMA assistance, you can call the FEMA helpline number, which is 1-800-621-3362, or you can go online and at disasterassistance.gov and
so
apply
I can call, even though the cell towers are down.
Correct.
And I could, or I could go online, even though there's no power and there's no internet right now.
I mean, they even say before that if you have a computer that was damaged.
The computer was damaged. So.
Yeah. Well, so my computer's not working, so I can't hear you, I can't see you, I can't get in touch with you.
So there.
Now what do I do with your announcement?
Well, if you have a way.
Is there a smoke signal I can send up?
Yes.
No?
Okay.
No. All right.
If you have a way to actually call or go online and fill out their form, one of the first responses underneath that post yesterday was, "Don't waste your time. I live in one of the hardest hit communities outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Denied in hours." Your application says,
"What?
When you registered with FEMA, the damages reported did not meet the required conditions to refer you to the Individuals and Households program. If you have any questions about the programs and specific registration, you go ahead and call." But sorry,
wow,
you provided FEMA any information regarding specific types of disaster. Sorry about it. Have a nice day.
No, but there were so many ways in which FEMA could be helpful to you. We just heard about a ton of them from her. So, what do you mean it's denied?
Denied.
That's amazing. How typical is that?
I mean,
of this administration?
Now,
shouldn't surprise anybody.
No, it shouldn't. And is this true?
Well, that's why they posted the notice, right? To show you this.
Yeah, I mean, do I believe that's true?
Yes.
We make
I do. I do.
I mean, I
believe it 100%. 100%.
So it's true.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so never mind. Again, never mind. Sorry.
Incredible.
It is. It absolutely is.
It's incredible.
What? The storm? Oh, that storm. That storm.
Oh, you mean there's been a storm?
That storm.
Jeez. Either he doesn't give a rat's anus about what's happened.
Well, that's probably true as well.
Or he's just so gone.
It's a long day for him.
Yeah.
That was dark out, man. That was a long day for him. He's had enough.
Yeah. And he got up really early yesterday, too, like 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
So, he got up at 3. Now it's 7 o'clock at night and dark. He's been up for 4 solid hours. He can't do that.
The crack of 3 in the afternoon.
The crack of 3.
So it's a long day for him.
A long day
for him. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That.
we need new leadership.
Desperately.
And it needs to be Donald Trump. He was talking yesterday about, Liz Cheney is now all of a sudden this conquering hero again.
Prior that in that clip where they were yammering with the president before he could get back into bed, that's what he was talking about.
Liz Cheney?
Again, yes. How
wonderful
strong
she is.
wonderful she is, and how powerful she was.
It's incredible to me. It's incredible.
What are we even doing?
She's claiming to still be a Reagan conservative.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because so many Reagan conservatives are voting for the communist in this race. Kamala Harris. Kamala. Yeah, that's where Reagan conservatives are going.
Yeah.
No question about it. Oh. I don't care how much you hate Trump. You can't vote for Kamala Harris. Again, you would pick a third-party candidate. You would find somebody whose values can sort of align with yours, right? You would never, why would you ever, if you're a conservative, vote for that ticket? Doesn't make any sense. But here's Trump talking about Liz Cheney.
Kamala Harris is out on the campaign trail today with Liz Cheney. Your thoughts on that?
Well, Liz Cheney lost for Congress. She was terrible. Liz Cheney is a stupid war hawk. All she wants to do is shoot missiles at people. I really think it hurts. I think, frankly, if Kamala... I think they hurt each other. I think they're so bad, both of them.
Yes. Well, he's right about that. He's absolutely right.
A stupid war hawk. Next.
That sums it
question.
up. Sums it up. What did you expect him to say about Liz Cheney? Well, you know what? She's fantastic, and I'd love to have her support. So I'm really bummed that she's going with Kamala. Dang it. Well. So then he said that he has to go to Butler, Pennsylvania.
I'm going back to Butler because I feel I have an obligation to go back to Butler. We never finished what we were supposed to do, and I said that day when I was shot, I said, we're coming back. We're going to come back. And I'm fulfilling a promise. I'm fulfilling really an obligation.
Okay. What was it? Has it been 2 months now?
3.
Oh, it's been 3 months.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
To my understanding, Elon Musk will join Trump at Butler, PA.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Wow. So he'll actually have security around that.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. If Elon can't afford security, then
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
we're in pretty bad shape. Bring enough for both of you, please.
Yes.
I think he will. I think he'll be fine.
Man, you're probably safer back in Butler than just about anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because they're going to make sure, right?
Oh, my God.
I mean, if you're the Secret Service, you're checking every roof.
Right.
Within a 10-mile radius.
I know. I mean, the audience will probably be naked.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. That could be really tragic.
Just saying. I think I might, but go ahead.
All right, let me tell you about the Jace case. We've just had this dock workers strike. The Longshoremen went on strike, and they did settle it. We haven't gotten to that yet, but they kind of temporarily settled it. They're going to come back and revisit on January 15th, I think it is.
Yeah, 3 months.
But this was going to cost us about $5 billion a day. I've seen estimates anywhere from $3.7 to $5 billion per day.
Yeah, well,
shortages crazy in medications and all. So it's not a stretch to say that we're going to have some supply chain issues. You just saw a tremendous example of how quickly things can go south. That's why you need the Jace case. This comes with 5 antibiotics so that if you get a bacterial infection, you've got these on hand. You don't have to worry about them being delivered on a boat from China. You don't have to worry about that. You've got it right there with you. Plus, you can get add-ons. Things like EpiPens, ivermectin, all of that. It's jace.com. Go there, enter the promo code PAT, P-A-T, at checkout, and you'll get a nice discount on your order. That's promo code PAT at J-A-S-E, jace.com.
returns.
So just me, I'm loving the AI voice guy.
Oh, he's awesome.
Love him.
Send you higher.
Yeah, that's so great. AI is going to be fun for things like that.
I'm going to start picketing.
Are you? Really? Yeah, because it's taking voice work from you.
Automation is killing me.
Right.
Well, I replaced all the Jeffy separators with the AI separator.
Yeah, I noticed.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's hurting you.
I'm going to...
Yeah.
If I start picketing, I'm going to shut this place down.
The dock strike sort of worked out, and it kind of worked out well for the dock workers. 62% pay increase is what they're going to get over 6 years. So
if they ratified this,
that's
right?
an
If they ratified this deal,
that's an average of 10% a year for 6 years. Wow. Yes. So they're going to go back to work while they work on the other details, all the automation stuff. I don't know how you're going to work that out with the company because they can't give up automation.
No, and
they can't.
No, they can't. And like we talked about yesterday, I get I understand their struggles, but
well, you do. You just lost out on voice work. We just talked about it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And but you can't. That can't be avoided in today's world, and they can't hold. Well, the thing that worked against them really is they can't hold America hostage like that.
And people are
those
pissed.
days are gone.
Yeah.
The days of, the question can be asked, are unions even a viable thing anymore? Because I thought unions were supposed to be for people who were not being paid a fair wage and were in deplorable work conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Is that happening? In
doesn't seem
world?
To be, no.
No, it doesn't seem to be that way. But
and I think the country was turning against them very, very quickly.
100%. I left here yesterday. I was so mad because the report came through as I was packing up that some of the ports around the country that weren't part of this strike were not going to accept goods that were supposed to be destined for the strike ports.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, shut them all down, fire them all, get rid of them all. I don't care how many Haitians are working at the docks. I don't care. Pay them in dogs. I don't care. Mm-hmm. These people. We can't allow that to happen. Mm-hmm. They're not going to hold America hostage. And then DeSantis came out, and his press conference, he had this to say yesterday.
So he was really quiet when he said it. It was hard to hear.
Quiet when he started out.
At my direction, the Florida National Guard and Florida State Guard will be deployed to critical ports affected to maintain order and, if possible, resume operations, which would otherwise be shut down during this interruption. Florida Department of Transportation is coordinating calls with seaport rail and trucking partners to ensure that all are prepared and positioned appropriately to limit disruptions to the supply chain and other areas should this continue. I'm also directing Florida Department of Transportation to temporarily waive the collection of tolls and other fees for commercial vehicles using public highways in Florida and waiving the size and weight restrictions normally governing vehicle transportation for the duration of this emergency. This will help expedite the movement of goods that have been impacted from seaports to intermodal logistics centers, distribution centers, and delivery points, and very well may help offset additional costs incurred by operation during this period. Finally, I'm directing the Florida Highway Patrol to manage the flow of traffic from all Florida seaports and adjacent roads and highways as needed to further expedite the flow of goods that are currently being held up. This will include the provision of law enforcement escorts for commercial motor vehicles by FHP officers.
When did he, pause it for just a second, when did he develop a Bostonian accent? What is going on there? That's a weird video. First of all, the quality is really bad. But secondly...
Well, he's on the coast. It's the governor speaking. He's shutting it down. And I will say that, you don't get the golf cart parking only signs in very many states like you do in Florida. Mm-hmm. That was behind him. But, I mean, what's your problem with Ron DeSantis now?
It did not look like him for a minute.
It didn't look like him for a minute. It didn't sound like him for a minute.
My gosh, is
like
automation
he's got that
getting rid of governors now too?
Park the car thing going on. I don't know.
Sure did.
It was just strange.
I think it was the mic.
I've never heard him sound like that before. Interesting.
Okay.
But the point is, he was going to send the National Guard
Absolutely.
To do the job of the longshoreman.
And amazingly, a couple hours later, you know what?
We're going to go back to work.
The table.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
What do you say we go back to work?
We turned down that 50%. I know you had that 62% that we weren't going to say yes to. Well, you know what? We'll say yes to that.
You know what? Let's say yes for now. And then we'll work out the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of Taft-Hartley'd themselves, right? They said,
did.
We'll come back to work with this raise, and we'll come back and visit this contract in 3 months. Because, they were losing all around. And I would love to have seen, the Texas governor do the very same thing.
Didn't need to.
Well,
he would have followed. He would have followed the lead.
They all would have, yeah, which is fine, which is good.
Yep.
I'm all for it. You can't hold America hostage. We said that yesterday. It was unacceptable. Those days are gone, Mr. Union member. Sorry about it.
Yeah, I'm not actually. It's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing.
And I realize that the automation has affected what you're bringing into the ports, illegally, allegedly. Mm-hmm. But figure it out. Figure it out, because hire some computer experts that will help the mob out with the automation.
And the president of the ILA that was out, babbling to anybody who would listen to him was so defiant at the beginning. Like, this'll last as long as it takes for us to get our demands met.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 3 days later, okay, we're going back to work.
And
he wasn't quite as defiant.
No, America has changed.
Yes.
A, America has changed, and B, social media crushed him.
Yep.
Social media crushed him. America is
because one of the things is, and I don't have any problem with him having a big house. That's great. But here's this guy, crying poor mouth and bad deals when he's living
like
in a 7,136 square foot home, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then when you start to say we're not getting our due,
right,
and you live like a king like that,
right,
you got a 5-car garage,
right,
beautiful pool, really nice outdoor kitchen in New Jersey with 10 acres. That home has to be $6, $7, $8 million.
I mean, the aerial shot I saw didn't look like he was farming on those 10 acres. So
I don't believe he was. No, there didn't seem to be wheat or oats.
There might be a corn crop in the back corner.
I was going to say in the back 40. That's what he has. What I saw.
Yeah, he's doing okay for himself.
Yes.
And that super yacht is pretty cool.
He had I think, a big super yacht that
he had. It's like a 78-foot yacht or something.
Yes.
Yeah, because even Elon tweeted, I don't even have this.
That's true, though. Elon lives like
a pauper.
Doesn't make any money at all. I mean, he lives in
he just has 3 or 4 private jets that he flies around the world.
He's got private jets. That's about the only thing he ever spends money on.
And then the house that he bought in Austin.
His travel.
Because he bought that house in Austin when he moved.
Does he ever go there?
I don't know.
Is that true that he actually bought that house? Because he has,
I don't know.
He has his place down at Starbase. That's just it's a regular small house with plenty of security, obviously at Starbase. But I mean, he has that place. But the only other house I knew that he owned was the house in California that he helped. He didn't sell it when he sold all his other houses, and it belonged to Gene Wilder's family. And he gave it back to them. He let them pay him the mortgage and everything so that the family could stay there. And then the family couldn't pay him, and people were saying that, Elon's kicking the family out. And the family's like, no, he helped us out, and we can't do the deal we made with him. So sorry.
Right.
He has a tiny home, a $50,000 tiny home in South Texas.
That's
literally
that's
a tiny home.
Yeah,
one of those. Oh wow!
Yeah, that's
in Starbase, and that's the only thing that he has.
That's what I thought.
Right.
So he doesn't have the mansion in Austin.
No, I didn't think so. I think because he sold all those houses, the ones he had in California, and I don't know that he ever purchased one here in Texas. He may have purchased one,
like the Joe Walsh song, "Life's Been Good." I have a mansion, but forget the price. I've never been there. They tell me it's nice. It's kind of what Elon was like before he sold all of his home. He didn't go there anyway.
Yeah.
In fact, for a while, as he owned all those homes, he was actually living at the Tesla plant.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
When he was trying to make good on delivery of the $35,000 Tesla.
Prior to that, he was saying that he was just staying at friend's house.
Yeah. That's incredible. That's amazing.
That's why he's a billionaire.
That's why.
Yeah. How long is that guy going to be sleeping on a couch in the basement?
But he's not married at the present time, is he?
No.
So he doesn't care.
He has 10
but he's
kids.
got 11 kids.
11, okay.
He has 11 kids. Some of them grown, but yeah, he's got a large family. For a guy who's all about climate change, and believing we're going to have to leave this planet to go to another one.
He does the population is dwindling, and he's all for expanding the population.
So he's the opposite of Bill Gates.
Yes.
Bill Gates wants population control.
Correct.
That's cool that Elon doesn't subscribe to that.
Tweeting something about, hey, we're not going to meet population demand.
Yeah.
We gotta do something about babies.
Yeah. We're not. The U.S. is not at replacement level. We're nowhere near it.
They
right
got
now.
so mad at him when what's her face was made the cat lady comment, and we're all just a bunch of Taylor Swift talked about signed her letter, signed the cat lady or whatever, and Elon was like, if you want to have a kid, I'm here for you.
Got him into a little hot water. All right, there's a new Trump ad out that Kamala is going to raise taxes. What? Huh. Cut 3.
News?
Yeah, big breaking news. Kamala will raise taxes.
Joe Biden and I are about to get rid of that tax bill. And on day one, I will repeal that tax bill. Joe Biden and I are about to work to get rid of that tax cut. Joe and I are about to get rid of that tax bill. Joe Biden and I are about to get rid of that tax cut.
Everything from a 70 to 80% tax rate.
I think that's fantastic. We've got to increase the corporate tax rate. Part of that is going to be about repealing that tax bill that they just passed. And also looking at estate taxes are going to have to go up. We will tax capital gains.
But we're going to have to raise corporate taxes. It's just a new way of looking at things to say, we're going to tax what you don't have. That's a sore point, and it's a big deal. Is that something you think she firmly believes in?
I think it's part of the proposals of the campaign.
Taxing unrealized gains just doesn't seem fair in any sense of the word.
I think that this reaction to unrealized gains is a little funny, given that I bet that the majority of people watching right now are already paying a tax on unrealized gains. It's called a property tax.
Oh, stop it. That's not the same thing, you moron.
When the value of your home goes up, you pay higher taxes, even if you don't sell your home.
Your value of your home never moves the way the stock moves, the way something else moves.
That's always the go-to answer.
Under my plan, there will also be a carbon fee. There has to be some connection between the fee and bad behaviors, and there has to be, in that we have to monitor whether it's going to be passed on to consumers.
That's just terrible.
But I'm going to tell you that should never be the reason not to actually put a fee, and in particular, carbon fee.
Trump fans, make America great again 2024. There it is. That's fantastic. Is that what you want? You want unrealized gains. So money you have not actually made. You don't have it, but you got to pay tax on it anyway. They're going to do that. And she just said she wants to increase the death tax.
Yeah.
The estate tax. It's evil. It's just theft. It's evil thievery is what that is. And the estate tax might be the worst tax of all, because after you pay taxes your entire life, then they want more when you die, because they deserve it more than your family does. I can't understand how anybody can abide that. How can you be okay? Well, yeah, that estate tax needs to go up. Yeah. Your family doesn't deserve that. Who are you to say what my family deserves and what they don't? What, the government does deserve it? I don't think so. Plus, she's going to eliminate the tax cut bill, so everybody's taxes go up.
Right.
Everybody. If you pay income tax, it will go up under Kamala Harris. Is that what you want? I don't.
No.
No. I do not. And I'm pretty confident that that's going to remain the same.
She can't. We can't.
We can't. No, we can't.
We can't.
We can't.
We just can't.
By all that is holy.
It can't happen.
It cannot happen.
It can't happen.
All right. 888-900-3393. You had a Fat Five to share with us?
Yeah, we can do a Fat Five.
Do that next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
So yesterday after the show, Glenn Beck took off and went to North Carolina.
Yep.
And then turned around and came right back to Dallas, Texas.
Had enough.
I had enough. That place, it's messy. It's messy.
So why don't they clean up after themselves?
Know. My gosh.
So what was it like on the ground?
It is the best of times, the worst of times. The people there are amazing. I mean, the thing that kept running through my head the whole time was God's Army. This is God's Army.
For sure.
You know, they are pissed at the federal government.
Why? FEMA's been there. We just heard everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. They couldn't be more.
President of the United States
just
said
everybody's
everyone
happy.
is happy.
They're getting everything they need. So, did you see FEMA trucks everywhere? Were they just handing out food, water?
FEMA, as far as we have seen, is in 2 locations. They just arrived. Yesterday was their first day.
Wait.
Wow.
So Biden was there 2 days ago, right?
Yeah, they were.
That we played was
they
weren't there.
No, they weren't there. They arrived that night.
Okay.
So after he left, they arrived that night. Because I went up and I talked to them. And I got it all on video.
And you asked them.
I asked them, when did you guys get here? And they said, well, we just got here last night. So today is our first day of operation. And I said, wow, that's great. Now, they were in wait till you see the video. They were in a shopping center, and they were pushed way over to the side. There was a kind of like a Lowe's hardware thing that had taken over the garden center, and that was a drop-off for food.
Okay.
So you could go get food and supplies. But that was on the other side of the shopping center. They're in front of a closed Michael's or something. Way on the end, sitting at a card table under a tree. Okay. And they had the big FEMA truck there, but it was a communications truck. So it was it was very lovely. We bought the best. We bought the best.
I want them to have the best.
And they do.
With my money.
They do. They would come in and out of that air-conditioned room there in the communications truck. But
nice. They came out of it, though, to enjoy or to endure.
They endured
heat.
me for a while, yeah. They endured me for a while. And they went right back into the truck.
Someone's at the card table? All right.
Yeah, so they were at the... So I went up to them, Congressman Corey Mills and I, and said, hey, when'd you get here? Last night. You know, it's really hard to get here.
You're kidding.
Huh. Didn't know that.
Wow.
And really hard to get here. In fact, it took us a lot longer than we expected. And I'm like, I know, we've been waiting for 7 days for you guys. And they said, we just got here last night, and, we couldn't do anything because the truck hadn't arrived yet. And I looked at the truck, and it's this, boxcar truck. Very nice, though. Very, very nice. They have the
newer
best. Newer model, brand new. Big satellite on top. And I said, so what is it that you guys are doing? Well, now that we have the truck here, probably today or tomorrow. We don't have it all up yet, but we're registering people now.
Yeah.
And I said, here at this empty parking lot. And they said, yeah. I mean, we got to be where the people are. And I'm like, well, when do you go there?
Because there weren't a bunch of people there waiting in line.
No, there was one person at the card table and no one else around. Okay, they're all on the other side of the parking lot where they're getting food and water from charities. Okay, and I said, so you're doing what exactly? Well, we're filling out forms.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's the disaster relief kicking into action.
Well, yeah, we played the video of the FEMA girl that they sent telling people that they could go online or call to fill out the application.
Well, I asked because they were way off the beaten path, okay? And I said, they literally said to me, we got to be where the people are. And I said, well, this is not where that place. And they said, well, everybody's going to be coming soon because they'll know where we are. I said, how are you getting that word out? And they said, well, people are going to be coming because, they'll be watching TV or they'll listen on the radio. Right. And Corey Mills said,
no power.
They don't have power. In fact, many of them no longer have living rooms to keep their TV.
Yeah.
So how exactly? Well, we're going to, after we do this and, get everybody registered here. And literally, it's like, are you registering crickets? Who are you registering? They said, after we get everybody registered here, then we'll go door to door. When do you start doing that? Oh, that's above my pay rate. But my pay rate, I don't know. And I said, does anybody here know? Well, you know what? Let me go get. She's the one who runs everything.
Oh, there you go.
Well, she wasn't at a card table. She was inside the air conditioned truck.
Well, she was filling out the forms.
Yeah, she was she was making sure that they could beam that through the magic of satellite technology. And she came down and she said, "Hi, gentlemen, how are you?" And we introduced ourselves, and she was like, "Oh, good," and said, "So when do you start going out on foot?" And she looked at us strangely, and she said, "What? When do you go door to door?" And we're to the houses that have no doors because there is no house.
Out where the people are.
Out where the people are. And she said, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, "Well, he just said that you're going to go."
What do you mean?
Oh, we don't do that. We don't do that. We'll be here.
Yeah, you come to us.
Yeah, we'll be here. And so that was location number 1. Just started yesterday, but they couldn't send any of the forms in because the satellite truck hadn't been. They're having some issues with this brand new satellite truck. So the other place they were in another town, and they had set up showers. And I thought, that's really nice.
That is.
Except the showers weren't for the people. The showers for the no, seriously. The showers were for the volunteers, because they're sleeping on cots and things like that, and they need to get up and have a shower. So the people couldn't use the showers, but the volunteers could use the showers. Okay. And when the truck arrived to set up the showers, there were some paper pushers there, and they saw that some just volunteer special forces, guys who were just used to be in special forces, they set up a little medical tent. We had been flying in medicine like not ivermectin, insulin and things. People need to have their insulin. We set that up, and these guys were running this medical tent. And the guys from FEMA come in, and this woman comes over, and she says, "What are you doing here?" And guy says, "We're providing medical care and clinic. We have insulin and things that people need. May I see your license?"
Oh my gosh.
We don't have a license. And she said, "Well, then you're not going to be doing this." And he said, "You're right. We're not going to be doing this because you're leaving and I'm getting back to work." And
Thank you.
She looked at him like, "What the heck are you saying to me?" And he said, "We've been here for 7 days. You just arrived. So we're going to continue to provide life-saving medication, and you can go away." And she did.
Wow.
She did. I mean,
good.
We had to airlift this 85-year-old woman. Her story is just so tragic. She's out in the middle of the hills. I mean, it is spectacularly beautiful there and very tragic. And we're picking her up, and as we're putting her into the helicopter, she's saying, "That damn Biden, she is, where the hell is the federal government?" And I said to her son, I said, "Hey, tell everybody you know, there are millions of Americans who are praying for you, thinking about you, and would love to be here to help, but they're sending help. You guys aren't alone." And he looked at me, he said, "That's very nice. Now I want you to tell everybody you talk to." And I said, "Okay." He said, "You tell them that even if everyone has forgotten about us, we're capable of taking care of our own damn selves."
Good.
And I almost broke out in the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
I mean,
no doubt.
Yankee Doodle Dandy came to mind.
Yeah.
These guys are great. The people are I'd live there in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I'd live there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So how do people, mercury1.org, obviously.
Yeah. We're trying to raise money. They need refrigerators to keep food, like nothing. So generators, refrigerators, they need boots for their firefighters. Like everything is gone.
I would think water's a big deal.
Lots of water is already there, but we're still shipping more, but there's a lot of water. One of the churches is drilling. I don't know if they have a permit or not, but they're drilling for water on their own property to get water.
Wow.
These people are they're just doing it. Wow. I saw houses that washed down the road and were upside down.
Oh, man.
I saw, we went into this one neighborhood and it's the creek is right behind, which became a massive river.
Raging river, yeah.
And there was this one house that seemed kind of okay. The water line was up by the door, halfway up the door, but it was okay. And all of these trailers, these, mobile homes, were all pushed up on one side of it. And they said, "You see these mobile homes? Yeah. Those were from about a mile up the street. And see the house right behind? And there was a house that had been a house. Like a house that was pushed up right behind the other house." And he said, "We're not sure where that one's from. We think that one is from 2 towns up the river."
My gosh.
It was like,
that's amazing.
I saw tractor trailers upside down that had been pushed off the side, 200 feet off the side of the road. Railroad tracks where, those things are pretty sturdy, where all of the rocks underneath had been eroded. And so the railroad tracks were just kind of hanging by themselves, just like there was no support on it. Everything is going to have to be redone there.
Jeez. That's going to take some time.
Problem is, this is something else that we're going to be raising money for. You go up into the mountains and it's cold, and there's a lot of people that live up there.
Yeah.
And it is Andy Griffith, territory. And they're living up in the mountains. Well, they have no electricity, no heat, and it's going to start getting cold in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to need space heaters and generators.
What was the weather like yesterday? Was it hot?
It was 75, probably.
That's not
was
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't
good.
bad.
It's
humid.
Yeah,
but I tell you, the people. The people were salt of the earth, and you know who's really running things? Former members of the military, coming in from all over the country that are just like, you know what? I know how to help.
That's what they did.
That's what they did. It was God's army. They were all just like, I couldn't not be here. I knew this thing was going to be a crap show.
Right.
And so I just got in my car and I drove. And the former, special forces guys, they're running it. And they have no problem telling, the federal government, yeah.
Or anyone.
We're okay.
Or
anyone.
We're
good
right now.
We're good.
It's the mindset like Galvestonians had in the hurricane of 1900. They positioned themselves at the
border.
At the border and told FEMA to, it wasn't FEMA at the time, but they told the federal government to beat it. Turn around and go back home.
Yeah, they met
them with,
I think they met them with shotguns in the middle of the road.
They did.
And
we're getting that same mentality right now.
Same mentality. Same exact mentality. These people are so different. When we went to airlift, these people, when we got there, the family, they were standing out in the lawn, and I get out of the truck, and they're like, "You look familiar." And I said, "Yeah, well, I'm Glenn. Nice to meet you. And they were like, wait, Glenn Beck? And I said, well, yeah. And they said, well, this is not expected. You know, I'm sure. But I got to talk to these people. They were so great. And the guy said, I said, how did you get a hold of us? Did you call 911? And they said, no, we didn't call 911. And he said, I talked to a neighbor, and I said, do you know anybody? He said, because it would take hours for her to be taken out, by truck if you could make it. And he said, do you know anybody who's doing any kind of rescue stuff? And he's like, well, I don't know. I guess I could call Fred. Let me call Fred. Fred called somebody else called somebody else. They finally got in touch with somebody from the military, and the military said, that was, kind of former running the place. And they're like, yeah, you know what? I know somebody's got a helicopter. We'll get her out.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's
awesome.
It's amazing.
That's how it's supposed to work.
It is.
People taking care of people.
Yeah.
Yes. Not the government coming in and screwing things up.
The whole area is like that. And they don't want, they're at the point now, like, pound sand.
Right. We don't want you. We don't need you.
We're doing it ourselves.
Yeah. Well, did you see the reporter asked Biden the question yesterday about the storm and what the people need for relief? Play that if you could for real quick. Just where I think this is cut 15. Cut 15 with Joe Biden talking to a reporter.
What do the states in the storm zone need, Mr. President?
Okay.
What do the states in the storm zone? What do they need after what you saw today?
Oh, in the storm zone?
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about.
All right, got it. I didn't know which storm
zone
you were talking about. Okay, so that's who's in charge of the federal government right there. He was there the day before, and he couldn't figure out what storm are you talking about. Is that incredible? I mean, that's what we're up against here. And that's why you've got the mentality. Get out. We'll take care of it ourselves.
No, it's not. It's not. It is because of him. But this is they despise these people.
Yeah.
They love the illegals. They despise these Americans. And it is apparent. And it's not just from him. It's
incredible. Yeah,
it is all the way through that administration. All the way through it.
Long occurring problem.
Yeah.
All right, 888-933-93. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
With a few tweets for you. The Pickled Squirrel tweets, if the estate tax goes through, charitable donations are going to dry up quicker than Tampon Tim's ability to make a gaffe. Yes, that is true. Shannon Bowles, I'm in Asheville and just saw my first FEMA vehicle for myself, a lone SUV, yesterday. After a week. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yep.
Not a commie. Do you have a license to save people? Then let them die if you don't have permission.
Boy, no kidding.
That seems to be the theory, right? Seems to be the train of thought from the federal government. Peekapool, the holistic approach Pokemon. Did FEMA try turning the satellite truck off and then back on again?
He's going to reboot it. Yeah.
Is it plugged in?
Frank Johnson's alter ego. The relief is coming. Psychically. And there it is. Did you get it?
This time we are not here.
Right. That's about right.
But that's what what's his face said, right? Mayorkas was doing just the opposite. Of course we're there. We're there already.
Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, no.
From Frugal Father, if Biden is the vegetable in chief, he must be kale. No one wants him there. The deplorable Mr. Jackwagon. Come on, Pat. The reporter asked about the storm. Naturally, Biden's first thought was the fabulous WNBA Seattle storm. Yeah.
Right?
That's probably true.
All right.
Yeah, because we're all such big WNBA fans, right?
Yes.
Timmy Tampon, equestrian extraordinaire, tweets, maybe they should send Elizabeth Warren to go over how they can send smoke signals. Well, yeah, because, with her heritage being 1024th Cherokee, I'm sure she's got that down to a science.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah, she knows. From Carl Smith, crap, with the longshoreman strike ending, can I interest anyone in 100 cases of toilet paper? Yeah, see, people went out and panic bought, and then now they're going to be stuck.
They got it at
stuff.
today's prices. That's a good deal.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good deal.
Mm-hmm. That's great. I saw this big CNN banner about an hour ago that is an absolute stunner. I was shocked to the core of my being. Bruce Springsteen has just endorsed Kamala Harris.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
I mean, what's next? Robert De Niro?
Oh, wow.
I was stunned.
Flabbergasted. Springsteen went out and, made it look like he was actually in a diner with regular people and recorded his video and babbled the same babbling brook BS that they all babble.
Mm-hmm.
Just was terrible.
Oh, he
just
sucks.
Terrible.
I can't stand Bruce Springsteen. But here was an actual surprise, at least to me. Bill Murray. Do we have that Bill Murray cut? Yeah, play what Bill Murray said about Donald Trump.
Yeah,
He's just such a different character than anyone that's ever been a president of the United States, I think. I think this is what this vote means, is that the country is dissatisfied with the way that Washington has worked for the last couple of decades. They're lazy and they're about inhibiting the other side. They're not about working together at all. And it's sort of become such a national disgrace, a quiet national disgrace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that an endorsement of Donald Trump?
Yeah.
From a Hollywood big shot?
That was not this year.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
When was that?
No, that was I think that was the first round.
2016?
Yeah, I think it was the first round.
Oh no, really? Oh, that's disappointing.
Maybe it might have been. I could find out, but it's not this year. It's not this year.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You're positive?
Yeah.
I wonder if he's changed his mind then. Does he still support?
You have to call his
Trump?
800 number and see if he gets back to you. If he does, he'll let you know.
Okay, yeah.
He'll let you know.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah,
I'm
this
sure
says 2016.
Okay. Well, that changes it ever so slightly. Yeah, dang it. All right. Can you imagine the flack he got for it, though, back in 2016? How'd he survive that?
He's Bill Murray.
Yeah, he's Bill Murray. He's pretty insulated.
Yeah, that's Bill. Like I said, he got all the flack. Online went crazy. And Bill went to his 800 number recording and said, anybody trying to get a hold of me? Because that's how you get a hold of Bill. He has an 800 number that he gives to everybody. And you just call and try to get it. He listens to it, and that's how he calls you back if he wants to. That's a fact.
I mean, that's a real thing?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Bill Murray has an 800 number I can call.
That's how you get a hold of him.
Really?
I've left messages, yeah. Amazingly.
And how many have been returned?
0.
Oh, wow.
0.
That's kind of shocking.
Really disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah, that is. It's not polite.
I know.
What does he have the number for if he's not going to return the calls?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, what's going on there? That's weird. All right. Now, the Kamala Harris, Liz Cheney thing, it's amazing to me how...
Man, they're hanging their hat on her, though, man.
Yeah! How much mileage they're getting out of this.
I know.
Like, this is a surprise. Liz Cheney has been this way forever.
She's a Ronald Reagan conservative, Pat.
Yeah, bull crap.
And
she is a flaming liberal, and she's... I mean, I don't know how she even calls herself a Republican. I don't know how. I don't know why. Because she's not.
No, she's not.
She's just not.
Because she wants the love of being a Republican, but going over to the other side.
And
That's
that does work.
Yes, it does.
She's a media darling, even though her own constituents can't stand her and kicked her out of office.
If she was still a Republican saying, I'm a Republican and I'm voting for Trump.
I'm going to support the ticket.
Nobody would care.
Right. They'd hate her just like they hate everybody else. But here's Kamala with Liz Cheney asking people, hey, can we hear it for Liz Cheney?
Can we hear it for Liz Cheney?
Yeah. Boo. You suck. You're the worst. Go home.
You and your dad.
Wow. I didn't like you guys in the first place. Certainly don't like you now. There, did you hear it? Did you hear it for Liz Cheney?
Yeah. Amazing you weren't in the audience.
And then Kamala says she's from Ripon, Michigan. Does she not know where she's from, actually? Check this out.
Every time I come here, and Liz, I was actually a kid here, too, when my parents were at the University of Wisconsin, so we have that in common as well. In fact, Tony Evers always says when I land, welcome
that back,
home.
please. I want to know what they have in common. Please stop. I'm sorry. I have to know what she babbled about there, what she has in common with Liz Cheney. Something to do with their parents.
Yeah, she's from there. That's what she's saying, right?
And fact check, Kamala briefly lived in Madison, Wisconsin, 85 miles away from which she is right there. Before the
Is
age
it
of
Ripon
5.
or Ripon?
Ripon.
Yeah.
Michigan expert. Which one is it?
Well, first of all, it's Wisconsin or Minnesota.
Well, this says Michigan.
That's where she was at?
Yeah.
Ripon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But let's hear it again. See if we can make heads or tails out of it.
Every time I come here, and Liz, I was actually a kid here, too, when my parents were at the University of Wisconsin, so we have that in common as well.
Okay.
In fact, Tony Evers always says when I land, welcome home.
But you said they're in Michigan.
She sounds such a happy warrior, though. It needs to get again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so no, that's actually, they are in Wisconsin. That's okay. That's not, so they're not in Michigan.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Somebody said this is Ripon, Michigan, but it is not.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
That was you.
Everybody trying to latch on.
Dummy.
Everybody trying to latch on being part of Michigan.
Yeah.
Now, guess what? No. Everybody can't be part of Michigan. And even the Yoopers, I'll add you too. I know the Yoopers have been mad at me lately since,
since you've been disparaging them?
Yeah, they weren't too happy with me the last time I disparaged them.
I bet they weren't.
I actually got emails from a few Yoopers. Who knew 3 people had email up in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan?
But she actually did live for a time in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yes,
so it's right there.
When she was 5 years old, not Ripon or Rip It.
Okay. Then she praised Liz Cheney and her dad, Dick Cheney, because, they got to be fans of Dick Cheney.
It's this guy.
Mm-hmm.
There are many who know it is wrong, and then there are those who have the courage to speak out loudly about it, and the conviction.
Right.
Courage. Pause it for a second.
Right.
Are you saying it's courageous to support the Democrat candidate for president? No.
And that's what Biden was saying before that clip where he doesn't know what storm you're asking about. Just prior to that, he's bragging about
the courage that Liz Cheney has. It doesn't take any courage. She gets nothing but praise for it from the people she cares about, and that's the mainstream media. They love her for it. They're not... It doesn't take any courage whatsoever. She's already lost her election, She's already out of office, so none of that matters to her. All right, let her finish here. This
is... And
truth. You wouldn't know truth if it beat you in the face.
It's so admirable when anyone does it, and especially when it is difficult to do in an environment such as this.
Yeah, so hard.
Liz Cheney really is a leader who puts country above party and above self, a true patriot, and it is my profound honor, to have your support.
Oh my gosh. I'm profoundly embarrassed for you.
Want to thank
all
your
of them.
Father, Vice President Dick Cheney, for what he has done.
I hate these people so.
Yesterday
we were given a post from X during our Twitter comments. I know they're tweets. Leave me alone. And no matter how much you hate this administration, it's not enough. And that's 100% correct. Because it just is never enough.
No, that's correct.
I mean, holy cow.
It is not.
I can't take it.
Oh, my gosh. And the Cheneys have sucked from the beginning. I was not crazy about Dick Cheney in the beginning because they've never been conservatives.
Oh, no way.
You know, they're big-time establishment swamp people.
Oh,
that's
my
who they
gosh.
are.
I mean, he's been milking the federal government for billions forever.
So don't give me this. It takes courage, and you're so honored to have Liz Cheney. It's great that you can pretend she's really a Republican and she's switched sides because you're so great. Sadly, that's just not the case.
This is not.
That is not the case.
Oh.
But here's Kamala again with Liz talking about Trump destroying the independence of the... Get this. I'll let her explain it. This is incredible.
He has pledged to destroy the independence of the Department of Justice.
Can you believe this?
Oh, my gosh.
Can you believe?
From her?
The hypocrisy.
And this administration?
Yes.
I don't think you guys heard that right. I did not think you guys were going to act like this. Let's hear it one more time, because I don't think you guys are giving it credit.
Okay.
He has pledged to destroy the independence of the Department of Justice.
Because there's been no edicts from this administration to the DOJ.
No.
Far be it from, they've kept their hands completely off this. The prosecutions of Donald Trump. They've got nothing to do with it. Nothing. Zero. Are you kidding me?
It's a completely independent investigation.
And only Donald Trump would destroy that independence. So...
I mean, they try to make it seem like, and again, you know,
how stupid do they think we are?
Well, absolutely
very stupid.
I mean, he was president before, right? I mean, I didn't just make that
Donald Trump?
Yeah, I didn't just make that up, right? He was president, and then he left.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, there was a. I want to say 4-year period of time when he was the
I know there was a controversy
president.
over the whole election thing, but he left, right? He actually
he did
leave.
He
right?
left. Yes.
And since we have a thing in this country where you can only be president 2 times, now because one of the people, Democrat, by the way, wanted to be president for 100 freaking years.
Yeah.
So he didn't do what they say he's going to do then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
He'll do it now.
But it's Trump you need to be afraid of.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to clear it up.
All right. Let me take a minute and tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust. They just did a big research study on home buying and selling, and it found that those sellers who use a real estate agent earned a profit of $207,500. That's $79,000 more than the $128,500 that the sellers who didn't use an agent received. So it makes a huge difference, almost $80,000 in what you get out of your home.
We've been telling you.
I
mean, hello.
Yes, we have.
We didn't need this study.
Right.
We knew it.
And even better is when you have a real estate agent who really has a great track record, because all real estate agents I trust, realtors, have great track records. They've been carefully vetted by Glenn's team, and they're going to do such a great job for you. They're going to make you a lot of money in the sale of your home, or get you a lot of house for your money, and put you in a good neighborhood where, you know, you're safe, your kids go to good schools, all of those things. They know what they're doing. They are committed realtors, and they are successful realtors. It's realestateagentsitrust.com. That's realestateagentsitrust.com.
Call us at 888-900-3393. Pat Gray Unleashed will return.
All right. We're getting some info on the pronunciation of Ripon, Wisconsin. Ripon. Ripon, Wisconsin, right? Ripon. Not Ripon, Ripon.
It's pronounced Ripon, according to one of our listeners.
It's like Akron, Ohio. People tell it's not Akron, it's Akron. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Calm
But
down.
thank you, Kim. It is pronounced Ripon, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
All right.
The birthplace.
The birthplace.
The Republican Party, right?
Yeah, they keep saying that. Yeah, okay.
That's why they were there. That's why it's so important to Liz Cheney to be there.
Yeah. That's why.
That's why it took courage and power to stand there.
Oh, yeah.
And say that she was for Kamala Harris.
What a courageous warrior she is.
Thank you.
Wow. To go along with the mainstream media and support Kamala Harris. Oh, that has to be tough.
Sits up there with her sad,
has to be tough,
mad, angry-looking face, just her agonized face.
Yeah.
Just, I can't take her at all.
Oh, she sucks.
Just go away.
She sucks. Yeah.
Just go away. Yeah.
Oh, look at her.
With her sad, angry, mad look, I can't believe. Yes, I'm here. It's me, but I don't want to be here, but I have to be because Trump bad.
Got a tweet from Stand Up Chuck. Liz Cheney is a Republican like Bruce Jenner is a woman.
Oh, Bruce Jenner is not a woman.
That's so
Bruce Jenner is dead.
That's right. Don't dead name.
Thank you.
Caitlin. Don't do it. Don't do it. Pat's Paisley Birthday Pants tweets, if Liz Cheney is a Reagan conservative, then Pat is a godless animal.
Well, we know that's not true.
Right. Yeah, we do. Bob Corona, would you please have Jeffy point out on the Michigan map exactly where Kamala and Liz were? Thank you.
Well, I told you that this is Michigan. This is the whole, the lower part of Michigan. You have the upper peninsula.
Yeah.
And, then you have Wisconsin. Over here, it's not in the hand.
So you'd need two hands to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Or more. Yeah. Well, you'd need four, really. Right? And
Correct.
Since I don't know the hand map situation of Ripon, Wisconsin,
you can't help.
I can't help.
Yeah.
I'd like to. I just can't. So representatives, we talked about it. I think it was around this time yesterday. We talked about the Doug Emhoff, the second gentleman situation where he slapped his girlfriend. One of his representatives denied that ever happened. So leave it alone. Just let it go.
Okay, never mind.
You let it go. Okay. Don't say anything more about it. They've already denied it. Enough said. You're done.
It's over.
It's over. Now, don't remember either what Hillary Clinton said about all women deserving to be believed. Don't worry about that because that doesn't apply to anybody accusing a Democrat, right? It didn't apply to Juanita Broaddrick, Paula Jones, Monica Lewinsky. It didn't apply to any of them.
The crazy lady that came after Trump. It applied to her, though. We needed to believe her.
Yes. Yes. Stormy Daniels and all the porn queens that came out and were disparaging Donald Trump. You have to believe them. But don't you dare believe Tara Reid saying that Joe Biden sexually assaulted her. And don't you dare believe that Doug Emhoff slapped his girlfriend in 2012. Don't you dare.
No, don't.
That's incredible.
And you need to stop asking about it.
Yeah, you do.
What needs to happen.
Yes. And I love how no one in mainstream media is even going anywhere near this. Nope. They're not even reporting it. They're not looking into it. They're just ignoring it.
Pretty incredible.
Nothing to see here. Move along. It's stunning. And it's not like this was 40 years ago. It was 2012. 2012. And then, so when was the pregnancy with the nanny? Because he impregnated the nanny.
That was before that.
That was like 11, maybe. That was before 2011, 2010. I mean, it's fairly recent.
Yeah.
But don't worry about that either.
That's taken care of. Look, his wife had some struggles.
And ancient history now.
He admits that there were some problems there.
Does he admit that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He had to because he was confronted with it, with all the information.
Yes. Yeah. Also, there's a report, this is ugly, that Garth Brooks
I know
has not been...
I read that whole report, and I honestly, if I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
I don't.
Really?
Because some of it...
A woman claims that he raped her.
I mean, I can go down the list. I have it here somewhere, but the...
it's a person that worked for him. She was a hairstylist and makeup artist.
Right. And she starts with him. They're calling her filed under John Doe, and it was filed. He's saying that it's just extortion, and
What's he going to say though? Nah, yeah, I did. I raped her. Yeah. He's not going to say that. Of course he's going to say it's extortion. And she's trying to get millions of dollars out of me.
Started happening, and then later, that's when she traveled with him separately to California, and that's the night that he raped her.
Supposedly. Yeah. Allegedly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But, okay. I mean, would she continue to work for him?
I don't know.
Prior to that, with all the stuff she claimed that he came out and naked and what was it? Exposing his buttocks and genitals at one occasion, changing clothes in front of her. Okay, so that all happened prior to this alleged rape.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you're still hanging around,
right?
And then the rape is described as he just booked the same hotel room for them,
right,
in Los Angeles,
right,
and so I guess he's getting ready for bed, and she was surprised that there wasn't a separate hotel room for her. But okay, you're surprised, but you don't demand,
right?
A separate
I'll stay
hotel?
in another hotel. I'll go somewhere else.
So he comes out naked, and then she felt trapped, which sounds to me like, okay, so you didn't fight him off, or you didn't tell him no, right, or whatever. You just felt trapped, and so they had to, I don't know. Is that how it went down?
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, could there have been an affair?
Could there have been?
Very
Possibly.
possible.
Yeah. And it ended poorly, and now he's faced with this. I don't know. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome to it. Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. It's October 4th already. You believe that? Just incredible.
Time, what does it mean? It means time just flies.
It goes by fast. It goes by just really flies. Fast. Seems like the week just started here, and now it's ending.
It was just the beginning of September.
Yeah, and now here we are in October.
I was just turning to make fun of that stupid September thing you've got.
Right.
In my head.
We were just playing.
Yes.
This.
We were just playing this stupid thing.
Right. And now
it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
It's gone. It's history.
It's over.
It's in the past.
Maybe September.
Got to get to the Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You have to. You can't stop this book once you started.
Yeah. And now here we are in October.
Right.
Are there any October songs? I can't even think of one. I can't think of one that sings about October. Why is that? That's sad. That's sad for the month. Yeah,
I do have a question. When does the skeleton come out?
The skeleton?
Yeah. Don't you?
Oh.
Or did he get?
He's been incorporated in our home display.
Oh no!
But I could borrow him, I guess.
Boy, my neighborhood is full of decorations. I'll tell you that. Everybody trying to outdo each other, putting up their giant things. Is it?
I like it. It's
for
fun.
October.
For Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, for Halloween.
Yeah. All right. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
I know my son has a battle in his neighborhood. Everybody trying to outdo each other.
Really? For Halloween?
Yes.
Do they do it at Christmas too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was just reading this article this morning that I found somewhat interesting because it comes from, I think it's a New York magazine. And the headline is, Around Dallas, the church scandals seem to have no end.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
This goes way beyond
what you knew?
The Robert Morris thing.
Right. There are a number of them.
It's so prevalent, in fact, that the article starts out this way. On a Sunday morning, the pastor of Fellowship Church in Grapevine, Texas, took to the stage with his wife to reassure their congregation. So he hasn't been accused of anything, as far as I know. Ed Young hasn't been, unless you know of something, Chris. I haven't heard of that Ed Young is accused of anything.
I haven't heard anything.
But here's what he announced to his congregation Sunday. Lisa is the only woman I've ever been with. And I'm the only man she's ever been with. And I say been with in the biblical sense. That's according to Ed Young. He founded the Fellowship Church in the late 1980s. There were about 4,000 people there for that. Thousands more watching online. And he added, we don't have to worry about any sexual skeletons in our closet coming from the past.
Wow. Throwing shade on all the other pastors.
Yeah. So then they go through, obviously, the Robert Morris thing with the 12-year-old girl from the past. So Gateway had that issue. Then they talk about, Tony Evans, who shocked many evangelicals by stepping away from the pulpit over an undisclosed sin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So he stepped away from the Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship.
Yep.
Then there was an associate pastor at Stonebriar Community Church in Frisco. They have about 3,700 attendees. He was fired in July for moral failure. The lead pastor of Cross Timbers Church in Argyle resigned over inappropriate and hurtful actions. Another local pastor with a national profile, Stephen J. Lawson. You familiar with him, Chris? Okay. He fell in mid-September when leaders of Trinity Bible Church of Dallas announced that they had removed him over an inappropriate relationship that he has had with a woman. Wow. That's a lot going on.
That's all they mentioned? Because I feel like there was one or two more. I remember reading about. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's been so prevalent in the last couple of years.
Been a lot.
That every time I see a headline about another church member going down, and I'm like, okay,
yeah, here we go.
All right,
here we go.
I know,
but I don't know what's going around. It's like a rampant virus or something.
Well,
loneliness.
Yes. Okay.
Loneliness.
All right.
And the preacher man is there to help.
All right.
Awesome.
Let's get to Fat Five with Jeffy.
Oh, all right. Yeah, let's rock and roll. All right. Well, we can. Let's start with Pink Floyd. Agreed to sell their recorded music name and likeness rights to Sony Music, $400 million plus.
$400 million.
$400 million.
Shoot.
The deal, one of the largest in recent years, finally concluded after there's been all kinds of infighting and bitter words between band members because Roger Waters is such a nice guy, and David Gilmour, Nick Mason, the drummer, and then the estate of Richard Wright, the keyboardist, and songwriter Syd Barrett. And so the deal, recorded music rights, not songwriting. That's held by the individual writers, but name and likeness, which includes merchandise, theatrical, and similar rights, and the artwork for the covers from the Hypnosis British firm, that's all covered. It goes to Sony Music for $400 million. So I guess they'll be okay for.
Are you a Pink Floyd fan?
Not much.
No, I'm not.
No, and what's his face is such a douche.
Oh, Roger Waters. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, terrible.
I can't. Mm-hmm. I can't with him. Mm-hmm. And that just rubs off to the band.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, put another brick in the wall. I got it.
Ugh. No thanks.
American Customer Satisfaction Index, first ever convenience store study, ranked Americans' favorite spots to refill their gas tanks and their stomachs. The surveys were conducted over a 7-month period ending in September. With chains scoring from 0 to 100 on categories including convenience of store hours, locations, coffee, freshness, food quality, wait times, and speed of checkout. Number 10, Speedway. Number 9, Cumberland Farms. Number 8, BP. Number 7, Quick Trip with a K. Number 6, Sheetz. Number 5, Casey's General Stores. And I just saw a story not long ago. They're expanding big time here in the state of Texas. Number 4, Murphy USA. Number 3.
Don't even know them.
Buc-ee's.
Oh, they're only third?
Yeah, number 2.
Come on. Buc-ee's is by far the best. By far. It's not even close.
The way they treat truckers, no, they're not.
Oh, shut up.
Number 2, Quick Trip with a Q.
Okay.
All right.
I like Quick
And
Trip.
number 1,
7-Eleven.
Wawa.
Wawa.
Yeah.
Okay. 7-Eleven didn't even make the top
No,
10.
they did not.
Wow.
No, they did not.
Huh.
So, congratulations.
Yeah.
to Wawa. I'm a fan of Wawa's.
I haven't been to one in a long time, but
Yeah, there's no.
they're high tech though.
Here. Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, they're good.
I love them. So this last weekend, SpaceX launched, their rescue mission, and they've docked at the ISS now, with that Starliner debacle. So you have the Dragon attached to the ISS now. That'll be up there till February, I guess. I heard the director of NASA, Bill Nelson, former astronaut, former senator from Florida, discussing the SpaceX and Blue Origin making the lunar lander modules for the moon landing. So I guess that's still on. They say next year the manned Artemis mission will travel around the moon and come back. And then in 2026, they're going to land on the moon. That's the plan anyway. But my favorite NASA story of the week has been hacker 7H3H4CKV157 once again exposed significant vulnerabilities in NASA's security systems and then reported them to the agency. In response, NASA says they swiftly patched the flaws and sent an appreciation letter acknowledging the hackers' role in safeguarding their systems. They praised the hacker's skills and contributions to strengthening the agency's information security, and that his collaboration helped ensure the integrity and availability of their systems. Was it a postcard? Was it an email? Was it a letter through the postal service with "Dear 7H3H4CKV157, thank you for hacking into us. Appreciate it." I mean, let us know if you hack it again. Just incredible. Just incredible. Today's Fat 5 segment brought to you by Kexi Cookies. Simply the best cookies on the planet. It's been reported, again, on the internet, so it's got to be true, that they are sugar and calorie free. I heard it on the internet.
I can definitely deny that.
I don't know that that's been fact checked, but
let me fact check it now. No,
my Libre fact checks that every time I eat the stupid cookie.
But they are delicious and they're worth it. You might not want to eat, a dozen a day. That might not be good for you, but you should buy a dozen today because they are delicious. We've got a bunch of new ones for
the Witcher Brew.
October. The Witch's Brew, it's got the delicious. What is the middle of them? It's not caramel. It's
the Witch's Brew.
Yeah, the Witch's Brew has.
Yep, I have it at the tip of my tongue right now.
I can't even think.
Apricot. Holy cow.
No.
It's got apricot.
No, it doesn't have apricot.
It's a stupid candy.
Yeah, it's a.
Butterscotch.
Butters, thank you.
Butterscotch.
Yes, butterscotch chips inside, and then the white chocolate on top. So good.
Yeah, the butterscotch and the cookies are awesome.
That one, I suggest you put in the microwave for like 5 to 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
It comes out all gooey.
Really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
Kexi.com, KEKSI.com. Go there. Live it. Love it. You're just a woman.
We can jump ahead because I want to get to a couple. I want to get to this wasn't in my Fat 5, but we have to get to it. So I'm going to jump ahead here and get to the end. We're talk a little sports headlines. Major League Baseball is in the playoffs, so I guess now we can care.
Yeah.
And Chicago White Sox did make history though. They lost 122 games this season, so that made them the Major League team with the most losses since 1900.
Congratulations. Congratulations to the Chicago White Sox making history.
It's not ever, because in 1899, the Cleveland Spiders lost 134 games.
Oof. Wow. Dang.
They did make history. Congratulations. And congratulations to Caitlin Clark, officially the WNBA Rookie of the Year. Well deserved. The NHL regular season starts tonight. So that's good news. Hockey's on the way.
That is good news.
And we didn't talk about it, but 2 days ago, was we didn't have a football game, right? So yesterday started 55 days, consecutive days with football.
Either college or pro?
Either college or NFL, 55
days in a row. That's amazing.
That is.
That's awesome.
Now, yesterday also marked the 3-year anniversary that we must acknowledge. One of the most iconic moments of live TV, NASCAR's Xfinity Series, Brandon Brown, Let's Go Brandon, started.
How long ago was that?
3 years.
It's been 3 years since that happened?
I know.
Wow, that's really something.
And, I mean, that was awesome at Talladega, and he won, and the crowd was chanting F Joe Biden, and she just said, oh, look, let's go Brandon. It was completely good reporting, because she's not going to say what they're chanting.
Right.
And then, let's not forget, at Christmas time, when Jill and Joe were taking calls on Christmas Eve for NORAD's Santa Tracker hotline, and they were taking live calls, and this happened.
Water line broke. Replacing kit costs thousands. Not covered by homeowner's insurance. Honey, wake up. A plan from home.
What happened?
I don't know. I thought we were.
Is that what you were supposed to play?
I thought we were going to play the Joe and Jill Biden at the NORAD tracker.
Oh,
but anyway, we can just talk about it.
We don't have it. Or do we have it? No idea? Okay. Nobody knows what you're talking about, apparently. So
Okay. So just remember
including
that.
you, I think.
Incorrect. It was the video at the NORAD track. Now you're... I mean, I could bring up the email if you'd like. I mean, we talked about it yesterday that nobody cares what I send in, so there you go.
There you go.
Proof positive.
And there's more proof
but
of it.
The Oregon guy called. Remember, they were taking calls, and Jill and Joe were there, and he said, let's go Brandon. And Joe Biden said, that's right, let's go Brandon.
Yes.
That's right. He didn't know what he was talking about, and Jill was so pissed.
Right.
And they cut him off, and then Joe goes to talk to him some more because he has no idea. And Jill's like, yeah, he's gone. He's gone. He'll cut him off. I mean, it's just terrible. He's been terrible for far too long.
Yes.
He's been terrible for
Continues
far
to be terrible.
Too long.
Yeah.
So be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat.
I will.
Available wherever you get podcasts, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher, because we have to get to this this Kamala clip. She was on Morning Joe yesterday. I'm guessing we have this clip since it's on the list. It was Al Sharpton. You know him, you love him. The Reverend Al Sharpton's birthday.
Okay.
And he's turned 70. And of course, if Al Sharpton has a birthday and turns 70, you're going to have a birthday party for him on Morning Joe. And I don't know if MSNBC told her, don't bother coming in. We don't want you live in the studio. You'd be too much of a distraction. Can you record something for us? Or if she said, I'm too busy, I can't come into your studios for, Al Sharpton's birthday celebration, but I'll record something for you. But it's the weirdest birthday message that I think I've ever heard.
Okay. And it goes a little something like this.
Happy 70th birthday, Rev. Happy birthday. I celebrate the day you were born. You have been, over all of your years, such an extraordinary leader. You are a voice of truth, a voice of conscience, a voice of practicality around what we must
He looks excited about
address
it. Doesn't he?
And what we can do. And I thank you so much for your friendship. Happy birthday, Rev.
Okay. Rev? Who calls him Rev?
She does.
No one calls him Rev. No one ever called him Rev. I'm sorry. No. That's why he was not excited about it. You call him, Al. You'd call him. And first, it's happy birthday to the great Reverend Al Sharpton. Thank you. You've been, you've done tremendous work. Rev.
And
Rev.
I'm going to ask
Come on
again.
Now, stop.
What is he a reverend of? Does he have a church?
Yes,
Al Sharpton doesn't have
Al Sharpton.
He doesn't have a church. He doesn't lead a congregation. Where is this reverend thing coming from in the first place? Let alone shortening it to Rev. How is he a reverend? Of what?
A reverend of the people.
A reverend of racism.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Division.
Definitely
Division.
that.
Yeah.
Definitely that.
Splitting the country into fractions and factions of people who don't like each other. He's a reverend of that, so I'll give him that.
Plus, that's an interesting look from Kamala. I'm not quite sure why we're wearing the scarf.
Oh, yeah.
Some will
that
say
is a cute outfit.
Doug may have gotten a little handsy.
Oh, he ain't. I mean, he is. It's been proven now that he's a woman beater.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. And we remember that we had the.
I don't know if it's been proven, but it's definitely been alleged.
Definitely alleged.
It was on the internet, Pat. If it's on the internet, it's true.
You're right. If it's on the internet,
but remember that we had the shots, and I don't know that we ever played them on there. Remember they had the close-up shots of her neck, and it was how nasty it was looking.
So that's why the scarf. Yes,
I bet you that's why.
I bet you're right.
Yeah,
I bet you're exactly right.
Really nervous about that now.
Yeah, and she should be. She should be.
And you've got to say her name right. I saw on what clip? Do we have that clip? I think we do. I saw it. Jim Acosta, another man that you love. Jim Acosta,
he's so great.
So he's in this. He's doing this clip on his show, and the guy is just going off. And you'll see. Let Jim Acosta. This clip of Jim Acosta is awesome.
You know what I can say, Jim? I can say that 13,099 murderers were let into this country.
Oh, yeah, this
16,000 rapists, 425,000 people in the last 4 years have been let into this country by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's own Customs and Border Protection that are running around this country, Jim.
The other thing, too, it's Kamala Harris.
Crimes.
I don't know. Why do you guys say Kamala? That is, it's Kamala Harris.
Jim, we know that they're committing crimes against Americans. Why can't these individuals talk about the individuals who've been killed by illegal immigrants? 13,099 murderers have been let into this country by this administration's own accounting, and you guys don't want to talk about it.
That's great. He just ignored it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't care
what he's saying. We don't care about the illegals, all the crime, whatever.
Right.
All I'm concerned about right now is you need to pronounce her name correctly.
And, it's such a big difference. Kamala. Who cares? Who cares? Get over it.
And everyone pronounces it different from time to time.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes. Because it's an unusual way to pronounce that.
So it doesn't be normal.
Doesn't mean you're a racist if you mispronounce it. That's ridiculous.
And what it's Kamala?
Is that how normally you should say Kamala?
It's Kamala.
It's Kamala.
Yeah, not Kamala.
Not Kamala.
Okay.
It's Kamala.
It's Kamala, right.
Yeah. But who cares? I don't care.
Kamala and Kamala. Now I'm confused.
Oh, no. Jeff is confused.
I'm confused.
Yeah, that's such an unusual occurrence that it's hard to believe.
That's why I said
that you would be confused.
That's why I said it.
Yeah, this is circle this date on your calendar.
Oh, definitely.
Date when Jeff Fisher got confused.
October 4th, 7:56 a.m.
Yeah. Did you see the report or the story that Roseanne Barr just came out and said that she, during her show, that she got kicked off of her own show.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was that got her kicked off. It was supposedly racist. But
it was her tweet, yeah.
There's some kind of tweet. Yeah. Do you remember what it was? Or do you?
Oh, I don't remember.
Anyway, she was out talking about the show that used to be called Roseanne Barr. Now they call it, or it was Roseanne.
The Connors.
Now it's the Connors. And I can't believe it's still on. I don't know anybody. Nobody ever talks about it. Nobody ever watches it.
I watched the first season.
You did?
Yeah, I watched the first season.
When it was Roseanne, or?
Oh, I did definitely watch it when it was Roseanne, but when it was just the Connors too, I watched it. But and it was, that's why I stopped.
She just claimed that none of the other actors on that show would portray Trump supporters. She wanted them to, and I guess they were doing they were doing something where the Connors family sided with Trump or with whoever.
Yeah, she said that to Glenn, right? That was what she talked to Glenn.
Yes, it was on Glenn's show.
Yeah,
yes,
on Glenn's podcast. Yeah,
and so John Goodman would not. He refused to pretend to be a Trump supporter, and so did everybody else on the cast except her. Now, keep in mind, these are actors,
right,
who play characters. Nazis adulterers, murderers, Klansmen, serial killers. Wasn't John Goodman a serial killer in one of his shows? He was a psycho of some sort. I can't remember what movie that was.
Seriously, he's been drug dealers.
Yes.
A huge drug dealer.
But he can't be a Trump supporter. He won't do that. That's a bridge too far. These people are so psychotic. I mean, so psycho. She didn't want to do it because she thought it was too real to life. It was too real because she is a Trump supporter. Right. So she didn't want to be the one to portray him. She thought it would be better if it was Goodman.
And it would be funnier. Yeah, it'd be funnier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, a Trump supporter is the character of John Goodman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what she was trying to explain to them.
Yes.
Right. But he couldn't even go there. That's how psychotic these people are. Unreal.
Really bad.
All right. Have a great weekend. Should football go well this weekend? We will be back on Monday. Otherwise, who knows? I might not be able to handle it.
Mercury1.org.
Oh, please go to mercury1.org and donate whatever you can to the cause of helping these victims of Helene, please. And we'll see you back here Monday.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.